Oh, Tanner! How did that go, buddy? How did that go for you, brother? Do tell. No way! Send me. Send me the goods. Send me the goods. I would like to see the goods. No, not coming forward with the goods. Okay, okay. Ah, okay. Chess gone sent. Let's have a look. See. Oh God. All right. Can you? Maybe I will be able to get it out of this, but that was tragic the way you sent it. But I think I managed to recuperate the file. Awesome, CJ. Alright, so you didn't go for the Shara Henning or Sarah Henning gambit. You went for the regular Tarrasch. Very good, very good. Oh man, you're killing it. Killing it already. Loving it. Oh God. Okay, that is just walking into it. That's just asking for bullying. Asking for bullying. Southern Run, no way! Hello, welcome in, dude. Long time no see. Long time no see. How are you going, man? Thank you, Mrs. Southern Run for the sub ski. Thank you for the YouTube comments. Okay, that was Carnage City, yeah. But I'm glad to see, Tana, that you had a successful outing with the Tarrasch. Maybe this is going to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Omar Diab, welcome in from Germany, and E. Schiedler from Texas. Worldwide chess, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, in that spirit, let's begin with the usual. And that is going to be sharpening our brains a little bit with some daily puzzles. And then I will put something on the agenda as usual. Alright, what are we up to, ladies and gentlemen? Blundy coming in strong with another Sapski. Cheetah, I don't know yet. I might. I might indeed. How is this a Monday puzzle? I'm just looking at it now and I can't see the solution. What? Yes, Blundell, I can do that right now, actually. ZJ, I wouldn't mind looking at that endgame, by the way. Oh, is this queen trapped if I go here? Oh, wow. That is actually quite a sneaky little tactic there. As opposed to the super basic check and rook a4 and we win. Okay. Next up is... Bishop e4. Queen e4, rook e1. Bishop e4, knight c3. And again, rook e1 is gonna win a piece. Ay. And then we take d1, extra piece. Is it just take? Hello, what? Esky, hey, welcome in. Alright, I don't know how this are all turning out to be puzzles. So we cannot, yes we can. Take, check to cover the mate and then we pick off the free queen. Thank you very much. Next, please. This is super easy. So we have got both of these, right? Quite frankly, I don't understand why. Oh, yes, okay, so bishop c2 loses the queen e8, so it's bishop c6. Then take our queen, we take that queen, they take the rook, and we take back, and we're up a piece. Your students are cracking 22 Hundo. Do you mean that you know of someone else who has done it? Ah, Tanner, either way is fine. Either way is fine. Okay, this looks like a check, take, check, king h2, knight g4, pawn takes, pawn h5. This is a standard motif. If you have never seen these guys, learn with me. So you take here, check, king here, and then h5, knight g4, pawn takes. This covered mate is... Oh, sorry, check first and then h5. I messed it up, but yeah, you get the gist. You get the gist, hopefully. Okay, ZJ sent me this endgame, which is rumored to be very complex. Well, dude, this is a queen ending. What did you expect? No, that is a standard motif, actually. It has been seen, like, the first game I saw it in was, like, I think in the 1800s. So, it just depends on your definition of standard, I suppose. But in my book, that's a standard pattern. Like, I did not calculate any of that. That was 100% recollection of things I have seen. So, if that doesn't qualify as pattern, standard pattern, where you don't need to calculate anything at all, I don't know what does. Oh no, I haven't adjusted the title. Alright, guys, I have got a new Chessable link. Do you see how now the Chessable link that pops has a ref ID at the end? So I would very kindly like to ask you, if you are a regular customer of Chessable, that even if you don't buy my courses, but someone else's, if you could use the that particular link, that basically is an affiliate code. So the courses are going to, or anything you spend is going to cost you the exact same, but you are supporting me by going through that link. It's similar to the ChessCom affiliate link, which you should also be using, by the way. But I don't know how many of you are ChessCom playing members and paying members, and also how many of you use Chessable on the regular. I'm going to spam the chat with this, by the way, so be prepared for it. Yeah, I don't know, ZJ, what to tell you. This looks insane. Like, I have no idea where I would even look. So appreciate this, but don't expect me to offer anything whatsoever, other than it sucks to be whichever color you played it with. Blundell, you just chucked in a sub, so you throw in 4 more, and yeah, golden. I mean, look, it looks to me, I'm not even sure if queen f2 e2 is a threat, because we have got check check, right? But if I were worried, I would play probably queen c5 on a first glance here, so that after queen f2 check, if I sidestep it, there is no e2 because the queen hangs. And then if they go check and then e2, then I can eat the pawn. So that would be my first thought, but I think this whole situation is so incredibly complex. And if they do something like king g6, threatening to take, yeah, I honestly don't want to act like I know what's going on here. Like, queen endings, yeah, incredibly difficult. Hello, ninjas, how are you going? Let me change back the regular cut, because I feel like we're going to look at Blundell's games very, very soon. Alright, while Blundell is looking, I'm going to bring up a game for you that I played a while ago. That I was decently impressed with. Yeah, this was pretty clean. Let's go here. Okay, this was a bit silly, but you will like it. You will like it. Ever so slightly silly, but tolerable. Let's go. Oh, there goes Blundell. Alright, in that case I have to go through my game very fast, because... Oh! The lady in the house. Courtney, I will try to hang in here. No promises will be made, but, you know. Who would be foolish enough not to wait for you to get home? Right? Right, so this is a game of mine. I'm going to zip through the opening. Alright. How would you play this for white from here? Let's get some juices flowing, guys. White to move, play some legal chess moves. No one? Chet died ever since Blundell dropped some money on us. Okay. Okay. It's up to you, ninjas. It looks like we have got some content coming our way now. So it really is up to you. $95 says someone. ZJ says G4. G4 is, I would say, is a bit wild considering the situation of the center, which is quite loose. 96 is a fat tempo here anyway, so yeah, G4 is not my jam. I think here you need to be rational and just get the heck out of here, as per Raheel. Indeed, and per Mr. Nova guy. Now, unfortunately, knight c6, like it or not, has to be met with the butt ugly a3, otherwise we suck in knight b4. And that's just not fun. And we like to have fun. So a3 played. And here the opponent made a very serious mistake, which is one of the most natural moves. In the position. What would you say is the most natural move in this position for black? There are two moves here that I would deem to be natural. One is very good, the other one is very bad. Well, c4 is actually best move for black. Sep, thank you very much for tuning in, buddy. You said c4 question mark, rook c8 exclam mark. The two moves that I wanted to hear, except your evaluation is wrong on both. c4 is best and rook c8 is the bad move that was played. Yeah, so let's discuss the whys. c4 releases tension, right? However, it does come with noticeable gains as well. First of all, now either I have to go to f5, which I think I would do, but then I get pushed back to down here, or I have to go back to e2, which is quite passive. And now black seems to have a pretty decent plan of a6, b5, b4, and my e4 break is always in doubt because that weakens d4 drastically. Plus the bishop comes to life on the long diagonal as well. Hello, Shisago Cody. So yeah, I don't mind white here, but I think objectively this position is pretty balanced. In contrast, rook c8 is actually a very serious strategic mistake. Who can tell me why? Tell me why. Code, hey! Blundell, have you submitted the game yet, buddy? Is that in the ChessCom messages or what's up? What would make you think that SEP31415 is an AI? Also, isn't that concerning if I would have AI chatters? Twitch would ban me, right? Not that they give me anything, but anyway. So what's up with rook c8? Bishop is on f4 already, my friend. I can't play bishop f4. How do you play bishop f4? Bishop f4 has already been played, good man. I thought that would be you. I thought that would be you, Code. Yeah, bishop f5, of course. Immediately kicking the rook in the face. And now the poor bugger has to go back. Now, how do we follow this up, though? It's very important that we play correct moves from here on out. Oh, the Cavalier is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Cavalier, I would like to repeat this because I know that you are a Chessable fan. That I have got my own ref ID at the end of that link. So can you please save this link? And if you ever purchase anything from Chessable that is not my course, or even if it is mine, but anyway, either way, you buy stuff from Chessable, use the link. Can anyone explain to me the meaning of knight b5? Because I totally do not get it. I don't know, ZJ, if I will or if I won't. I haven't made up my mind yet. Okay, Blundell, on it. No, I thank you, Mr. King Charles. Also, King Charles, have you got a Chess.com account or you are exclusively chess? So yeah, I think a fair few people in the chat are obsessing about knight b5. Would like to reflect on what exactly are you hoping to accomplish with that? You're on both sides. Okay. Have you got a paid account on Chess.com? Sorry, I should be probably typing this. Okay, because they too, you can support me if you use my affiliate link. But I will probably suss it out later because it will distract me from chat now. Philae, welcome in. Oh, Mr. Bill is throwing some money at my face too. That's awesome. Send me the goods. Anyway, so knight b5 doesn't make sense to me. Because I don't think we are threatening anything. And I like to threaten stuff. I would be concerned here about bishop a6, g6. I'm not even sure if after a6... Oh, bishop c7 maybe? Yeah, okay. But bishop a6 seems to me to be perfectly valid and sufficient and all kinds of problematic. Maybe even bishop c8. Yeah, no, forget knight b5. Chess moves are required, ladies and gentlemen. Chess moves. Chess moves, please. Some rook to d1. Which rook? Yep, put a rook on d1 is what most chess players say, and that's exactly what we did. Rook a d1, no Vaccarino's best move. Now, I was tossing up for a little bit in my head as to which rook to go to d1 with, but I decided that chances of me playing on the c file were extremely limited, whereas I did picture in my head certain scenarios where the rook on f1 would be useful, / on e1. Now, c4 here is not good. c4 here is actually not good, because now it didn't come with a tempo, and in fact it came as a response to a move that centralized the rook. So now white has a very, very, very powerful response to this. Exactly. So as soon as you play c4, the first thing you check with for your opponent is e4. Because c4 is an invitation to e4. And now black is actually busted. Like game over busted. Because take, and h7 is hanging, and d5 is pending, and c4 is hanging. That's about too many threats. Yeah, oh my god, even d5, d6 is on. Like, this is tragic. Yeah. So now black gets caught with pens down, because the position blasts open when white is at the peak. It's his development, and black is still a bit meh. Just some random online game. So, King Charles, rather the other way around. You play rook d1, and now you are floating the threat of dc, as well as a few other things. They played g6, which was anticipated. Are we going back here or here? Hello, Durs. I'm doing great. I hope you are too. Good. If you are ready to learn, you're at the right place. Nah, I did go back to h3. It was hanging. We had to. And then they played c4. And here I played a move. Who would have thought? Which I think I would do any day of the week, but it might not have been best. Philae, you are reading me like a book. So I played 95, which I consider to be by far the most natural move in the position. Notwithstanding e4, of course, but I thought that now e4 was a bit wonky, because I had to retake with the queen. But the engine actually dislikes this because of d5 wins on the spot, which is something that I altogether overlooked. And of course, because chess is very concrete, the idea is that you just don't care about this. EF loses to DC, and you are winning a piece on b7 because the queen is hanging. And if the knight moves, then you still ignore your own hanging knight. AKA, we are not fixing problems, we're creating problems. This is what beautiful chess looks like. And we are winning both of these. Wow. I mean, this is also not too bad for a queen trap. If you have ever seen a queen trap like this, let me know. Because I haven't. This is next level. This is probably the most beautiful thing I will see all day. Unless I find a mirror somewhere. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, YouTube videos do help. Rightio, let's go back. So I went 95. Oppo played a6. And now I need a 2-move sequence as to what you would do with white. This is probably the key in getting this right. And there are 2 ways to hurt black here. 2 ways. Both of them require 2 moves from you. If you don't give me 2 moves, don't talk to me. No, no one is coming forward with ideas. It's unfortunate. Jose Arcadio Buendia from 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez is correct. Yes, in fact, this is what I played. I played Bishop h6, Rook e8, and f4. And Nova Chess Guy is on the money. Shout out to him because this is bloody brilliant. Knight takes c4. D takes c4. Look at you, man! Brillante! Hello? Put that in your pipe and smoke it, baby. Knight c4. Why is it so dark here? Exactly, Pillsbury would be proud, but Pillsbury would be even prouder of Mr. Nova. So the idea is that after d5, if the knight moves, you get d6. Absolutely brilliant. E4? I don't think so. Maybe playable, but definitely not best, right? Definitely not best. Definitely not best. My favorite move is Nova Chess Guys Knight takes c4. That is absolutely brilliant. Bishop h6 played, f4 played, and here my opponent played a move that made me think that this was not gonna go too well for them. They played queen d6. What's wrong with this move? I would appreciate some lines here. Some lines would be nice. If you have got any moves to play. So where is the line, ladies? I need a line. F5 makes this loose. I need a line. Please. And what if I take back in that line on G6, Mr. Bilas? Thank you, Mr. Landau. You are correct. So the reason why F5 is a very strong move here, in fact borderline winning, is because after knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop F4 traps the queen. Which is how this game ended. But if you don't see that, then F5 counts as a blunder. But I did see that. Are you proud of me? I hope not, because it was nothing to write home about. But I take the W. I take the W. Mr. Homeless, welcome in, brother. Welcome in, brother. As always, it's an honor to have you on board. Mr. Homeless, while I have you, who is winning the candidates? Okay, Candil, Blandil. Your game is up, buddy. I hope you're still here. I do hope you are still here. Sindar winning the candidates. Cool. Actually, you know what? Because you are willing to play the game, I'm going to push you further. Top 3. Give me top 3. You are 2 weeks shy of hitting your 1 year anniversary, so you are still a beginner. Cinder of Fabi someone. Okay. Anniversary what? Wedding, first girlfriend, last girlfriend. Okay, let's go. So far, so good. Very good. This looks like chess. Loving it. Loving it. By the way, what's the context? Like, was this... I didn't read it. Was it OTP or did you play it online? Hikaru Caruana Prague. Oh, Mr. Bill. Imagine. Fat Belly, I am going to watch it. It's not tomorrow, it's today. Ah, you are on the wrong side of the planet, so for you it's tomorrow. Right. Bluebam, no chance to win it, but he will ruin some players' tournament. Yeah, I think that is a good call. That is a good call. So this is from first opening repertoire 15-10 online, and your opponent's rating is, because they are playing really, really good chess. Go Hiki! Look, I tell you what my problem is with Hikaru doing well, God forbid winning this, right? And what my problem with that is that he's virtually the only player in the entire field that I would describe as, for professional chess purposes, as an amateur. And I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I mean it in the purest meaning of the word. A 1300 rated Oppo playing the Petrov like this is next level. So Hikaru is probably the one who works the least on his chess, cares the least about over-the-board chess, just in general the most detached from the professional circuit altogether. None of these are negatives, I would like to stress that. You do you, whatever floats your boat. It's just that it would be very interesting to see him succeed despite all these things. Everyone's opinion holds value, Jez. Why would you say that? Stop dissing yourself, man. Okay, that's the first slightly weird move. Yep. Oh, of course, yes. But you cannot make up for years of not prepping enough, in my book, in 2 weeks. I agree with you that he has been very, very quiet for the last 2 months or so. Okay, send it. G4. Yeah, but I didn't ask you guys about how they are going to play. I asked for your opinion about who you think is going to perform well. So, yeah, stand up for yourself, man. King B1. Okay, so we have been playing 14... Ah, g'day! Hey, Lauren. We have been playing almost 15 moves, and the 1200s are playing exactly the way I would have played this. It seems like I am in a huge minority for rooting for my homie Anish. Okay, I don't like g5. I don't know why. Bezos money for you. Welcome.
Bezos money for you.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you, Lauren. Cheers. Appreciate the Bezos money. Bezos bucks, as Pig likes to call them, the other Aussie streamer who raided us the other day. Okay, so I don't know. Rook e1 looks very normal to me. If Anish wins, life will become unbearable over here, and I will have to emigrate. I don't think so, Homeless. I don't think so. Also, a lot of people are saying, including Abdusattorov, who, by the way, like, it's a joke that he's not in it, but anyway, that whoever wins the candidate is likely going to be the world champion because they are going to beat Gukesh. And I think that that's not as clear-cut as they make it sound. Just the same way how everyone thought that Gukesh was going to steamroll Ding, and he just barely scraped in. Okay, let's move on. So, g5, I will let this slide. Because you are playing incredibly logical, aggressive chess. And I like those two things a lot. Okay, now we are winning. Now we are winning. That's it, Sergeant. Bring it. Bring it. Are we going to d5 or what's the agenda here? Yeah, I mean, it's looking like a fun tournament for sure. I think it's definitely going to be one of the fun ones to follow. I really do miss Nadir back though. Based on so many things, including current form, I just cannot fathom, or I find it difficult to imagine a good candidate without him. But it will be a good candidate. Okay, let's move on. Oh, Tindy! Tindy, yeah. We are just weighing in on the candidates as to who is going to win. And yeah, we have got various takes. Sindarov is definitely a popular dude. Okay, I was looking at bishop e3 here with the idea of allowing the f-pawn to step up. I'm dying to hear what my good friend Homeless. Yep, Chimer is a pity that he's not there. I agree. Mr. Homeless, what are we playing here, good sir? Rook a g1 and then h5, but that still hangs g5, no? Don't forget that there's a rook here. Everything looks good. Is there a chance to see you play the Pirts today, sir? Well, I don't know how regularly you are watching me lectures, but I very rarely play on stream, so limited is the best I have for you with regards to chances of me playing that. Oh yes, Courtney, massively in it still. Okay, let's go. Bishop f3, rook f5, bishop e4. Yep, that made no sense for black whatsoever. And now again, bishop e3 and send the f, and then either send the f all the way or switch to one of these. This is also playable, but I don't like it as much as bishop e3. Yeah, of course, Keimer is a popular dude because he has got a Hungarian coach, so he ought to be good. That's as simple as that. Oh shit, really? Dude, how did you not win this? Like, isn't this just carnage? What? Fat Belly, that would require a fair bit of prep work on my end, which I haven't done, so... Good idea. I wish I had done my homework. But, no. Why not g6? Hello? Why is it h6? Okay, I suppose after h6, g6, queen d4, there's no way to defend this, right? I didn't see that. Oh, this is more than winning, though. Okay, so what did you do here? Hi, friends. I think I spy with my little eye a forking sexy tactic here. Any takers? Well, yeah, that's a hot take, but you know what? One cool thing about these candidates is that I don't think there is such thing of hot takes. Like everything is on the table. Yeah, queen takes rook flat, queen takes rook. Well, I don't know, Lauren, if it's gonna be best, because for it to be the best, for me, it would require Abdusattorov in the field. I don't necessarily buy into that Blundell. Like, what? If you look at this, you ought to look at this. If you look at this, you ought to look at that. But yes, this is where things are going to derail. Yeah, okay. So you're still winning-ish, but this has dropped your advantage a lot. Oh, for sure. In terms of competition, it's going to be absolutely a bloodbath. For sure. For sure. It's gonna be a bloodbath. Okay, so hold on a Tickerino. If we go queen e7, take, rook e8, rook e1, rook d7, and we lose e7. And I'm not loving the look of that rook ending. So right now, the way I would think about this position is that my king is a lot safer than theirs. So if there are no other considerations to take into account, then, and the only one left is trade queens or leave them on. Let's leave them on every day of the week, right? I mean, to be honest with you, this was a very pure and clean calculating puzzle, right? Where there is a pawn that got two things at once. That's a tactical theme. That it's an overworked piece and you just take advantage of it like so. It's not the fact that you didn't calculate, right? Sorry, it was not a calculating shortcoming. you did not even consider queen c5 in the first place. That stems from two problems. One of them is that you are not talking to yourself during the game the way you should, which is the way how you talk to yourself in this position is that there is no freaking way that this is not winning. You just go out, yeah, there's no way that this is survivable. And as soon as you say that to yourself, nothing is off limits. In fact, typically you look for really, really brutal, crazy moves because you just called it. You said nothing is off limits. So this is not only not in the realm of things you look at, but in fact they step up to the very top because it's viciously aggressive. It happens to be a capture, not a check admittedly, but a capture that exploits a pawn that is overworked. It's not a calculating issue. If I told you in this position queen c5 wins, you would have calculated the rest easily. Capo would have played the bishop e6 every day of the week. Is this where you are going homeless? Now, by the way, he would have taken it. There's no way that Capo would not have taken c5 here. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. But no, he would have played queen c5 here because it's too winning not to play it. Yeah, Zhujainer, I think, or however you are supposed to pronounce her name, she's definitely a hot ticket. But again, since Divya has a Hungarian coach, go Divya. Go Divya all the way. Yeah, that was a big boo-boo, and queen e7 was a huge boo-boo. Yeah, Blundell, this is my constant mantra that people between 0 to 2000 don't understand. Do you know what the safest move in this position is? It's queen takes c5. And the reason for that is because safety is not a concept in chess. Safe is when you win. That's safe. Everything else is murky territory. Safe is when you win. That's safe. Therefore, queen c5 is safe, and none of the other moves are. The outcome of this game is a testament to that. Forget about safe. It doesn't exist. Good and bad exists, and winning and losing exists. Safe doesn't. The sooner you eliminate the notion of safe from your chess, the better, and the sooner you will start playing better chess. Forget safe. Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. Or very little. But I'm hard pressed to recommend anything. Maybe king c1? Yeah, no. I don't know. Rook h4 maybe? I mean, I'm not gonna critique it because I don't think I would come up with anything better, so we'll let it slide. The deep back box, thank you. For the follow, brother, welcome in. Wait, hold on a second. Did you just invite this check here? What? But Blundell, hold on for a hot minute, brother. Why do you want rooks off of the board here? Aaron, isn't that the fastest way to lose this game, to trade down to king and pawn ending where they have got a workable 3-on-2 here and you have got a non-workable 4 on 3 here. Like, as soon as I remove these 4 from the board, you can resign. Like, right there and then. You heard this on this stream 400 times that if you would like to play for a draw, or the draw is your best outcome, 4 rook endings is your safe haven. King and pawn endings? Definitely not. Like, I don't even know what you were thinking that rooks off the board will help you. Like, how? First of all, you are losing this. And even if you didn't, you cannot make a pass pawn with these 3 against these 2. I can with these 2 against this 1. So you don't even need to calculate to see that that's dead lost. That's crazy talk. Also, just wild. Like, your best move actually here is to come back here, because then you don't trade all 4 rooks. It's only a pair. But it's like the king and pawn ending is like, you resign right there. Like, don't worry, just, yeah, game over. Yeah, b3 was a naive and unnecessary move. Wait. Check. This looks drawable now because you can pester the pawns from behind. Yeah, I don't understand what that means, Blondie. Like, you really need to forget about that nonsense, and I don't know where you learned it from. But in an endgame context, trading always has a particular purpose. And calling the temperature is a beautiful purpose if you want to become a storyteller. But definitely not a meaningful concept whatsoever to utilize. That had to be rook takes every day of the week. Because now I think you have got king he... Oh wait, no. Do you? Oh no, maybe we need to cut the king off first. Right, so if I go rook d5 and then I can get the king remotely close to this pawn, I think we are holding the draw. So rook d5, not 4, 5. And you run underneath the pawn. And it's very important that you understand that you are not doing this. Right? Ever. That's the only way to lose this game. The way you look at it is this. My king cancels out the rook. It can't go because then the pawn is lost. So now it's a fight between rook versus king. And so I keep the king cut off on the 5th rank. And good luck, Chuck, winning the game. If you move your rook, I'm going to go after the pawn on h7. If you offer a rook trade, there are 2 things you don't do. You don't trade the rook, and you don't trade the rook. You go back to d5, and the king is cut off. And we have scored a beautiful draw. That question makes no sense, in my opinion, Daniel. I hate to break it to you, but it depends on anyone's measure of what is good. Am I a good chess player in my own eyes? No. No, I am not. Salem Saleh, that's a good chess player. There you go. So, what's his rating? 2650. So, I don't know. It's a philosophical thing. Thank you, Courtney. I mean, this is a very, very complex idea. Yeah, I don't know, Daniel, what you want me to say. Like, I don't think that you need to have your ego tickled by me saying that, yeah, 2200 is great, and then you go like, oh yeah, I'm 23, so I'm good. It's like, whatever, man. Okay, so rook e1. Remember, this is a new concept for you probably, but rooks are placed worst in front of a pass pawn, better on the side of it, and best behind. And the reason for that is because it's most passive, somewhat active, most active. I said it about 700 times on this stream. And now we're dead lost. What you're doing is good though. And whoa, shit. Wrong button. Wrong button. Let's go again. In fact, Courtney, I would be willing to place a bet that I have said that while analyzing one of your games. I would be willing to bet. Not that I want to be nasty to you, but just for historical accuracy, I would be quite happy to wager a bet on that. So isn't now King F2 just picking this guy off? Can please someone enlighten me? Someone who is good at chess. Why is that pawn not good to go? You come off it. Sorry, Tindy, sometimes I need to read chat. If you refresh and I still look the same way, it's just, you know, the old man growing older. I don't know what you mean, Dan Photon, so I cannot respond to that. There is a solid chance, Lauren, that you're correct, but at least now we are having a shot at holding a draw. Maybe rook check, maybe c6, maybe bring the king, take rook check, and then bring the king closer. Actually, wait, I have this, no? So no, I don't think so. I think the board has sailed and now it's a draw. I have no idea why my good friend Blundell did not do this, which appears to be the only legal idea. No? Like, what else? Oh, Jesus wept. Like, seriously? Like, this is just hanging. Yeah, them photons, but you might as well could have told me Darwin's evolution theory. Like, I don't understand how that's relevant. First of all, that's a topic or a theme in king and pawn ending. Second, I am inside the box. Like, I still don't understand what you're trying to say. Like, none of that is relevant because there are rooks on the board. It's merely I attack it, they can't defend it, it's gone. I mean, theoretically what you're saying is correct, but it's vastly irrelevant unless I'm still misunderstand what you're saying. Okay, yep, right. He is definitely correct. Photons, you are spot on. Yeah, c6, rook takes c6. Which, by the way, has nothing to do with endgame technique. That's a tactical blunder. As is that. Wait, what? Okay. Jesus. Have you finished the pie? Is the crust nice and brown and done? Why? 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 How could you do this to me, man? How? Draw, draw, draw. No, sorry. Draw, 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 draw. Whoo, boy. Thank you, Jazz, for the sub gifties, by the way, while I was calming the jet. Blundell, very good opening, pretty decent middle game. And yeah, it is high time for you to forget the idea of playing safe. And also it is an idea for you to forget about trading as a method of trying to save games. I actually am honestly puzzled about what went through your head when you thought that this was gonna be okay for you. Like, black just needs to run down here and eat your pawn while you're eating this, and then you're dead. Again, requires no calculation. None whatsoever. Like, apart from blundering your rook, the only losing move is the one you played. So as long as you do not leave your rook on prey, you save the game. That's very, very sad to see. Ay, 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 ay. But it was a much higher quality game overall. Much higher quality. But 400-500 points higher than what you would expect from 1200s on rapid level. Like, it was crazy good. My brain did not see the difference between the rooks on or the rooks off in this position. I thought it was losing either way. That's the literal equivalent of you saying, I don't see the difference between looking at my TV screen, seeing Sydney Sweeney there, versus Sydney Sweeney in my room right here. And you go like, that's the same Sydney Sweeney. It's like, you sure? Maybe we should try that again. Code, thank you for the dono. Yes, Mr. Nova Chess Guy, that piece of wisdom is older than the hills. Like, I stated this about 4,579 times on this stream, that when things go pear-shaped, you want to go into rook endings. Brilliant drawing chances, irrespective of material. The no games from me, Courtney, show us what you got, is exactly the figure of speech and the way of wording that we love on this stream, Tindy. Thank you. Thank you. Who cares about Sydney? We do, brother. We do. We do. Most straight men do, actually. Good old Sid. Okay, I lost my bearings a little bit. So I got a fiver from Courtney. Thank you. Well, the idea is that Black is having trouble holding this pawn. And since they have to babysit this pawn, there is no way of promoting this. Or I should rather say, there is no way whatsoever to make any meaningful progress. You just hold the fort, man. And Black has too many defensive duties to attend to. Like, it seems like they are coming at you, but this is the point where Black runs out of steam. Like, they give a check, they start coming closer, and you go check. And now the king can't go here because the pawn falls, and if they are going back, well, that's not my definition of making progress. And I just come back, gluing the rook to the pawn, and that's it. But there are about 5,000 different ways. You need to look at this and play it out against yourself. Alright, so Dr. Someone sent me something. I'm gonna have a look at that. Love you long time for the Lichess link. Brilliant. Absolutely love you for the Lichess link. All right. I'm guessing we are white. No need to apologize, Blundell. We are here to learn. Do a shirtless stream. Ha! Superman had to Google Sydney Sweeney. Well, I made someone's day already. I think, Courtney, you can see everything on the screen, can't you? If you look carefully. Exactly. Apologies are not required or needed. This should be H4 every day of the week, yeah? Mr. Bill? You don't see the time. That is not added. You are correct. The reason for that is because I don't know that either. Because it's coming from a study. So, your guess is as good as mine. Probably correspondence. No, I mean, it was some rapid or something. Oh, Mr. Bill is in the YouTube chat. Well, Mr. Bill, if you could humor us and tell us the time control, that would be fabulous. Bro, why? Why? Chicken Chess Club yearly membership renewal. Oh my. Daniel, you should not hate Scandinavian players. You should warmly embrace them. That's ridiculous, man. Like, seriously. Against e4, your biggest problem should be e5, eking out any advantage there. And anything but, especially d5, as an e4 player, that is what should excite you. Because that's dog poo. That's what that has written on it. So you go like, bring it. Not allowed in this household to be afraid of Scandi is crazy. It's a classical game. Yeah, I don't understand why you're not playing the more ambitious lines where we castle queenside like a proper chess player. Like, this is such a timid way to play. Okay, that does not look right at all. Holy Moses, Blandil, you waited for this analysis while it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Jeez Louise. Ay, ay, ay. Andy, you got indeed gifted. Welcome in, brother. Yeah, I don't like Rook C8 because I don't understand the purpose of this move. You set an alarm. Holy Moses. Okay, Rook D1, good. Yep. Queen C7. Yep, that's what they should have played earlier. Yep, very good. I like now what we're doing. Yep. Now, you need to be careful with this because very often this stuff leads to you having to trade into this. Now you don't because you have D5, but in theory, and you are going to be left with an isolated pawn which is weak as heck. Sometimes you have C5 with the idea of then chucking something on E5, trade, and then chuck something on D6, but it's not really viable here. I don't know how to evaluate this. The bishop sucks royally, but we have a lot more space to work with. Maybe worth a shot. Maybe worth a shot. Yeah, D5 is great. Yep, that's very good. Yeah, this is a really good quality game. And now knight h4 for sure, yeah? That looks dog poo, by the way. I mean, how can you play this and have a title next to your name? Then again, CM is not really a title. Hello, Twitch chatter. Yes. Yes, BG, yes. Dustin, I'm very happy to look at any Scandinavian losses you suffered and fix your stuff. Isn't this losing to knight f... Oh, there's queen f8. D6 though. Yeah, this is over. Freaking hell, man. Why knight h4? Is that a serious question? Like, what else, sir? We have a wrong blockader. There is a reason why queen is a bad blockader. And the reason is because we kick it in the face. I can't help but think that there's a mate here. Something like lady in, book book. Let's go. In it. He's keeping Esserman hours. I don't know what that means. Nah, come on, Tin. The bishop takes to win a pawn. I don't even know what that means, brother. Oh, you want to pick off this? Nah, G4, G5, mate. No way we are going to play sissy chess with takes. Besides, black is out of moves. I'm sure that Homeless would approve of this Kapovian style. Yeah, this is very clearly, in my opinion, a bad move just on account of moving your almost best piece off of the best diagonal. Can't be right. Can't be right at all. No, I don't think I would do better than Levy. Levy did put a lot of work into his OTB comeback when he did do his comeback, and he played some really good chess too. It would take me a fair while to shake the rust off, I think. Endo, yes you are. You're missing a big fat link on my YouTube channel as soon as you go to it. Like on my YouTube landing page, there is only one link clickable, and that's a dono. So I'm particularly confused about how you don't see that. Actually, I'm so confused I'm going to now show it to you. So you go to my channel, and there is a big fat link right here. How? Okay, apparently you made it work. Thank you. Appreciate you. I need to stop roasting you because you're giving me money. Oh, that's a hot Sheila in your photo too. Ha! That's a double win. That's a double win. Yeah, you are right, Homeless, that there is a tempo to be won with Queen F5 and then G4 again. It doesn't matter, Twitch chatter. But I feel I would take with the pawn because the deeper it is, the better it is, they say. But either way. Either way. Can I ask for advice? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. Talk to girls. That was my advice. Tindy, I'm not gonna read it out loud because we need to keep my people on my YouTube channel, but yes. Right, let's move on. So I dislike bishop a5. Yeah, we spent 2 moves on putting the most beautiful piece on the board to a completely useless square. Well, the opponent made it work for us. Welp, as my daughter likes to say it. Welp. Jeez, this bishop is running a half marathon. Tindy, you need to take some inspiration from this bishop. Overall, still a clean game, but we missed a few strategic ideas that would have been nice to throw in. That's very neat, though. We are going to now win the pawn. Very neat. Very neat. The endgame conversion is very clean. I like it a lot. Well done. Yep. 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 Yeah, this was superb technique in the end. Absolutely superb. Yeah, it helps if you don't blunder your rook, by the way. Just in case those of you wondering in the chat. F2 pawn is totally irrelevant. For those of you wondering again. This is optimal king placement from knight because 2 squares diagonally away means it takes them 4 moves to check you. 3. And that was... Oh, I thought they resigned here. Yeah. GG! Now, Courtney, you sent me some money. Did you want to meet me in person or did you want me to analyze the game? Which one is it? That's a very polite. That was the nicest way of being friend zoned, Courtney, in my entire life. That you're telling me that the reason why you're not keen to see me is because you're not a big fan of travel. That is such a subtle friend zoning. Shout out to you. You are a lady of class. You could have said that I don't like butt ugly middle-aged balding man. But no, you went full subtle and you went like, nah, that's too long travel. More power to you, lady. More power to you. Okay, I clicked on the second one, so I don't know which one it is. Oh yeah, Jazz also paid, and so did... Wait, what? Why is that command not working? Oh yeah, that command doesn't exist anymore, buddy. Tell me what you're after and I will tell you. Am I a brother to her, aka thanks loser? Yeah, it turns out that is it. Kilroy, talk to me, man. You would like notes. Ah, this is the cutie one. Okay. Fits the theme. Okay. Wait a second. Why are we playing C3 here? Yeah, I got it, Jazz. Next time, Courtney, you play C3 here, I will put you on a plane and I will fly you to a random location, which may or may not be Australia. The frick is F5? Okay, chat, name please the first aggressive move that comes to mind. Note that I said aggressive. Bishop G5 is not aggressive at all. That's actually the opposite of that. That's sissy. Oh, to be fair though, Bishop E7 EF wins the pawn. I take it back, but I still don't like it. Thank you, Knight G5. Immediately going after the weakness. And then we go brutal aggro. This is a very important follow-up. Maximizing pawn tension in order to open up the position against the enemy king. This is what chess looks like when it's done well. Take, take. Take, check. Thank you for coming. Next. This is the type of chess you play when you talk to yourself. And as soon as F5 lands, you go like, that looks like poo. How do I take advantage? And then you go, bang. And then you go like, oh man, I'm fully developed. They are moving backwards. Tactics time. You open it up. This is what good chess looks like. And this is what good chess thinking looks like. Of course, if they take on e4, again, that opens your position. Now we go in for a cheeky check. c6, we trade a pair of pawns there. And then we come in from here. And now d6 is on. Again, note how we blasted the position open like total champs. This is what good chess looks like. And very important that everything else that is not that is not good. E.g., that one there, when we are closing the position instead of opening it up. And blundering a pawn in the process. Oh, yeah. What is going on? Like, hello, castles. Get out of the pin. We're forcing our opponent to play a good move. Actually, every move is bad here. Because here we have got maybe bishop f4, maybe knight takes followed by bishop f4, exploiting the traffic jam on the e-file. I kind of figured it out as I went, Dusting, so neither. You were fine with what? That we ruined a completely winning position by forcing our opponent to castle out of trouble? You should not be fine with that, Courtney. There's not one thing about it that was good about it. Yeah, I reckon take bishop f4 or d4 even, and we won the game. So bishop takes, I think, is forced. And now queen f3 looks very sexy. Queen d7, knight c4. With rook d1, maybe. Maybe rook d1 right away. Maybe bishop h6 to deny castling. Hello? Hello? Nah, that's not, Courtney, the way you think. Like, yeah, mixing up here things that are completely different stories. Like, who cares about what his rating is? That's a perfect, that's like saying that he had red hair, so this is good enough. It's like, what? Like, the quality of your moves are perfectly independent from the level of your opponent. Totally. Because what you are trying to do is to play the best moves at all times. They are not measured against the strength of your opponent. They are measured against the best possible response. It's perfectly irrelevant that you are playing against an unripe potato or Magnus Carlsen. You are thriving and trying to play the best possible moves on every step. Because that is the stuff that is going to beat, in the cleanest possible way, everybody, including a total rookie. In fact, especially a total rookie. So the mentality of, my opponent is low rated, this will be fine, is the worst possible way to go about life in chess. Every time, all the time, that's the worst way to play. And the most certain way, by the way, to botch games. That's the type of mentality that makes people go for a 4-move checkmate and be bitterly disappointed when it doesn't work. You are not playing the opponent. You are playing the position. All the time, every time. I already told you infinite number of times that you should stop playing 3-2. Tell me if I'm not right. Stefkic, welcome in. Booyah! Shout out for the sexy checkmate. Okay, so let's have a look at quickly the actual game that you wanted. Which was the one above, which of course, as luck would have it, is a Lichess link. Love you too. I'm guessing we are black here. I already told you to quit playing this line. Yeah, you need to stop playing this, seriously. Yep, good. Not for this rating range. No. The opening is objectively perfectly fine. I think it's a crime against every single player who is less than 1800 at least. But preferably 2200. Did we suck in 96 here asking for a friend? Yes, we did. Anyone who teaches French Rubinstein to beginners sub 2000 is committing a crime against chess. Andreas Galapagos, the fact that you're asking that question and then you add that you are a decent player makes me think that one part of that is not right. What's your rapid rating on any online platform out of curiosity, sir? Maybe there is a queen d5, queen g2 idea here that makes it somewhat okay. Yeah, at 1800 you should look at my book recommendation videos on my YouTube channel. There's lots of good stuff there. As a matter of fact, you can learn a shed load from my YouTube channel just in general. So if you want free lessons, just spend your next month there and come back 2200 and thank me later. This is too obedient, Courtney. This resonates with my latest YouTube video. Ooh, we have a rook, we need to fix a problem, we fix the problem. Instead of potentially creating some very serious problems. You, Mr. Fat Belly, you don't have a good enough opening repertoire for how strong you are. At your level, Fat Belly, chess learning becomes very, very difficult because it is beginning to cost money and a lot of time. Just what? What? After rook f1, bishop g4, what compensation? Isn't white dead here? Like, aren't we happy to be alive with white? What comp? Stefkic, if you're asking me a question that has openings and blitz in the same sentence, I'm like, what do you even mean? Like, who cares? Even if I take a fight, I don't see how I don't have a shed load of comp here. And that's a miss. Why king? Surely rook. But even here, I don't see how you want to get out of this pickle. Like, you move queen somewhere, I don't know where, and I just cut you off. And that's apparently not even good. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Stefkic, you're asking the wrong question, brother, because in my book, the only reason to play blitz is to practice an existing opening repertoire. That's the purpose. So, if you have to ask what openings to play in blitz, to me, that's like putting the cart before the horse. Anyway, that was wrong. And now we're down a pawn, so we try to go for a mate threat, which is handy. That's good. Now we're playing some good chess moves here, Courtney. If only we were not down a pawn. If only. Yeah, you fought it back well. Maybe bishop h3 is a legit move here. It appears to me, Courtney, that you need to watch my latest YouTube video because, again, you have a problem, or you think you do, and you start fixing it. Whereas bishop h3 here seems to me like quite an annoying move, since after take king h8, you're going to trap the bishop in or win an exchange. So, you need to stop playing this responsive type of chess. Too passive. And we're trading again like our life depended on it. Not a fan. Good. Your opponent is definitely not playing like a 2100 here. Yeah, what you are saying and what you did, Courtney, seem to contradict each other. Okay, so we are now clearly better. Ever so slightly. Queen c5, he would have gone after this pawn in a very annoying way, right? Maybe. Yeah, queen c5 is my move because now I'm hitting everything with the queen. Yeah, this is still good. Did you lose this? How? Oh, come on. Like, why are we not parking it here? Why are you going... What? Oh, man. Ah, yeah. This passive thing again. How would I shake off Rust if I were to play OTP again? I would probably have to spend hours on calculating exercises. Because that's the only part of my chess that I feel that would typically bleed a fair bit. A little bit of openings. Like it would be a 20 to 80% openings and calculation. Because my chess instinct and understanding is pretty on point, even on low GM level, I would say. But my calculation is nowhere near that. Yeah, Courtney, this is inexcusable. Like, how can you look at this position and tell Courtney that the best move I can play right in this position is Queen c8? How can you do that to yourself? I don't get this. It's yucks. And objectively fine, by the way. But I still am arguing that, no, you should not ever play this. I don't know what you mean by drills, Neil, but if you want to call them that, then yes. Now, this is crazy ugly. Crazy ugly. Like, this shouldn't be a candidate move at all. It looks like panic and all kinds of dramas. Well, your perception is that you are in time trouble here. Mine is that no, you aren't, because as long as you've got more than 2 seconds, you don't look at this move. Just play rook b8, queen b7. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Courtney. Like, I told you more times than I can count to never ever play a game of chess without increment. And I'm looking at the time control of this game, 10-0. Like, almost nothing that I say from here on out, which is the most meaningful part of the game, is meaningful because you are running like a headless choke with no time. No, you didn't. You had 30 seconds, but it's the same story. Like, essentially, it makes no sense for you to submit this game and ask for my feedback because what's the point? You can't put that feedback to use as long as you keep on playing non-incremented games. It hurts me to see it. It's like you're asking me to teach you how to ride a bike. I provide you meaningful insights and advice, and then you go to the garage, grab the scooter, and you keep on scooting around. It's like, why, man? Why do you do this? To be fair, you fought back really well, but then again, that's the reason why I got into time trouble, because you had to fight back. How's this guy 2100 is beyond me, by the way. Very good game, Courtney. Very, very good game. Very impressive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have to now either take a break to eat my food. Where did you screw up? Well, I do think that missing queen d5 here was a big screw up, but that's a very high level tactic. So that's one. Then this was perfect chess all along. So you screwed it up with this, which is already way past the time trouble. Therefore, I told you that there is no relevance to what I say. If you don't want, I don't understand this concept. I really am bugged out of my head about this idea of oh, I don't have money for Chessable. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. You can buy 4 lifetime repertoires, 1 for white, e4, 1 for... Actually, sorry, you don't need 5, you only need 3. You only need 3 lifetime repertoires, which is grandmaster level. 1 for white, whether it's e4 or d4, up to you. 1 for black against d4, 1 for black against d4. The grand total cost of this is less than $200. And you never ever have to touch money in your life as far as your opening repertoire is concerned. And I may have overestimated the cost, because if you buy these courses on sale, the 3 of them will definitely be less than 200 buckies. And that's grandmaster level prep. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this now because I'm curious. Okay, openings. Let's go openings. Now everyone needs to learn this lesson today, so I'm gonna do it. Sorry, Courtney, that I took a detour. Is there a way how I can filter it to lifetime repertoires? Okay, lifetime repertoire. Surya's e4, 34 bucks. Granted, it has got 2 parts, so combined it would be 60. He was Anand's coach.
Okay.
Shut up, Siri. Shut up. That's right there an example. Gustafsson e4, one of the best chess coaches in the world and opening experts. The part 1, part 2 combined 70 bucks. You're done for life. Done for life. Like, you don't need to spend money ever again in your life. Giri's 1e4, 35 bucks. Same story. Like, I don't know what to tell people. When I hear that Chessable is expensive, I feel like I would like to bite into something like the corner of my table. It is the worst chess improver take there ever was. And I'm not saying you said that, but a lot of people do. And you did say that you didn't want to spend $1 million, so it was kind of hinted. Why part 1 and 2? It's because it's so big that it doesn't fit into one. No, you do need to buy. If it's split into part 1 and 2, you need both. Absolutely. I haven't seen Erwin Lami's Dubov Tarash course, but Erwin Lamy is an incredible theoretician, and anything that he does, I guarantee you, is of the best of quality. I don't even know, Courtney, what that means, that some people are not the best readers, especially when mixing numbers with letters. What does that mean? All you need to do is to press the arrow key and the moves are being played on a screen. It depends, Stefkic, it depends on many factors. How good your chess understanding is, how willing you are to lose rating in order to figure out the best fit, how much time you have, too many unknowns. So, I'm gonna grab some Taka, and then we are going to analyze Cody's games if he's still around, which I hope he is. In the interim, I'm going to give you something to solve, because I am a caring human. Courtney, you and I are going to make an agreement now, and that is the following. If you submit next time a game for analysis that doesn't have increment on the clock, you must travel to Australia to pay me a friendly visit. Do we have a deal? Frick Auckland. Why are you bullying me? Like, why Auckland? Auckland is no. That's a big no. Okay, this is insanely difficult, but since Homeless is in the house, he's going to help you guys. I need to grab some Taka. I might turn it into a mukbang though, so I might bring it back in here. White to move and win. Be back momentarily. Guys, you are insulting every single Australian now in the chat, and there's plenty of us. Oh, Tindy, thank you for the dono. You probably left. I just read the YouTube chat now. Alright, be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, blessed are those who come in the name of a beautiful pie with lots of steak meat in it and purple onions. You need to learn that eating raw garlic and raw onions is incredibly good for your health and particularly bad for your dating prospects. Which is why I'm eating it, because I have got no dating plans whatsoever. Hungry. No. Of all the things pickled, onions are probably on the bottom of my list. Alright, Homeless solved the problem for you guys. Put the king in a box. Create a mate threat. Create another mate threat. And then play a pass move. And black can't escape the two mating threats of knight c4 and knight b7. Up a rook and a bishop. And no moves left. No moves left. Not bad, eh? Okay, on to Cody. Oh wait, Cody only sent me one, right? Because we have seen this already, I believe. Yes, we have. But we haven't seen this one. Oh, Cody with the Tarash! Yeah, Stefkic, Wi-Fi told you to play as many openings as you want. And by the way, to some degree, that's the experiment I'm running with Cody too. Or maybe that's a different question. Anyway. Let's go, team. Okay. Cody. It's Cody. And wow. I mean, this is a... What? Oh, it's a blitz game. I'm like, why is Cody 1000 rated? Okay, Cody, explain to me why this bishop is going to c5 and not to d6. Well, all I'm saying is that Courtney likes it raw, and that sounds very interesting. But why would you even look at putting it here, buddy, when you can, like, this is our mate here. Oh, you're still talking about onions. Ah, okay, sorry, that makes sense. No worries. The reason why Courtney is my favorite human, because she's the only... Well, not the only, but one of the few who is willing to put up with my pathetic teenage jokes. And for that, she's a legend. Yep. Yep. Okay, so we are now going to do something in 3 moves we could have done in 1, but Okay, I take it. Good. I will let this slide. And that's all good, Cody. Yep, very good. So now we already have a tactic set up, and if you are a good chess player, you notice these things almost instantaneously. So when you play this, you notice that against a null move, we are threatening to take, then check, then rook lift, then somewhere rook lift and mate. But basically bishop h2 is game winning right now. And in an ideal world, once again you are aware of it way before it happens. Here we go. So now if you didn't play bishop takes h2, Cody, I will ask you, what on earth are we doing? How? Isn't that a kindergarten basic mate pattern? Tactics, 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 brother. This is your forte. Ay. Also, isn't Queen H4 looking like $1 million? Maybe G3 and I can't sack everything because I can't, but there's Queen F6 still, so... Yeah, okay. I don't know what you guys are talking about, I'm sorry. What's the question, Stefkic? I always say this. People don't listen. To improve your calculation, you need to calculate. That's what you do. Cody, I would have kept Queen's on like a man. That's correct, Fat Buddy, but that's what makes it a pattern. It's like saying that the Greek gift only works because we have a bishop on this diagonal. Like, yes, that's how patterns work. What do you mean, want a pawn? I don't follow that Wi-Fi. Can you explain that to me? Oh, you mean Queen B8? Or bishop takes and then Queen B8 check and picking of B2. Yeah. True, but I don't approve of that because this wins the game and it's mate. So why would you not? Yeah. And it's an easier tactic too. But yes, you are right that I overlooked this too. That Queen B8 here and or bishop takes and then Queen B8 wins the pawn. But I prefer to not to talk about that given that we forgot to give a mate. Okay. What did I tell you, Cody, about opening up back rank with regards to H6 or H5? Everyone else is welcome to chime in. Yeah, so now you see, Cody, in practice that my truism that no one really takes seriously, but I swear by it, is a painful truth about chess improvement, that you need to hear an idea about 20 times before it becomes routine. Sergeant, you don't get h5, I don't get h6. Explain to me h6, I will explain to you h5. Let me ask you a question. If you play h6, can you play h4 next move? No. If I play h5, can I play h4 next move? Yes. Okay, I won. Thank you. Next. It gains space. It allows you to create a new plan. Right? h6 does f all other than, ooh, I hope I don't get checkmated. You choose. Why wouldn't you kill 2 or even 3 birds with 1 stone if you can? That's what h5 is. That was very neatly done, Codes. Very neatly done. Opponent lost the plot. Wait, what? Okay, I thought that we were going checky, buddy. What am I missing? Maybe I'm not missing anything, but you had a different idea. Okay. That was pretty neat, buddy. That was pretty neat. I approve. I don't think I understand this move. And the reason why I'm picking on things like this is because you have got 20 seconds left. Yeah, I know. Nice one, Courtney, but unfortunately, there is no room for argument when you are fully wrong. Okay, I don't understand why this move is not pawn up, but whatever. Okay. Usually right. And then comes a but. Courtney, I am very, very reluctant to even contemplate that you are going to continue typing something after that. I just simply assume now that someone took over the keyboard from you. Why did I stop playing competitively after I reached IM? Well, it wasn't like I got my IM title sent to me and then I went like, screw it, I'm done. But much more so, it was a gradual process during which I have developed a far greater liking for coaching and perhaps skill too than playing. I'm a much better coach than I'm a player. So why wouldn't I pursue that? Alright, Jess, show me what you got. Good job, Code. Next time, please put your pieces on good squares and please win chess games when the opportunity presents itself. Yeah, okay, Courtney, stop typing. I thought so. I was dreading the idea of that sentence getting finished. Oh, no. What you are about to say, Courtney, you phrased it very weirdly, but I totally get what you mean. And this is something I talk about a lot too. The issue, of course, is that a bad move is a bad move. That's done deal. It's very good to know, for me as a coach, what thought process has led to a certain mistake. You are correct. You just phrased it in a weird way where it looked like you were about to argue a point that I presented, whereas you are actually supporting my thesis. Yes. But that's... You kind of misphrased it, because if you provide me a reason why you did something that we both know was bad, that's not you arguing or fighting back. That's just us digging deeper and finding meaningful answers to meaningful questions, because we both know you blundered. We need to figure out why, and more importantly, we need to figure out how you won't do it next time. But that's not arguing with me. That's working with me. Or rather, me working with you. Jazz. Oh yeah, Jazz sent me the game already. So Jazz sent us guys some love. B3. B3. And they have the guts to show up and demonstrate that they have a 2250 rating in Rapid. What the actual fridge? What the actual fridge? Jumpy, welcome in. Definitely not B3 here. By the way, for fun's sake, take E5 looks like a very, very cool and wild idea. How do you punish B3, daddy? Now that's a way I like to be talked to. No, it's not, actually. It really isn't. But anyway, I will tell you, this is how. But bishop f5 played is perfectly fine. Really, Jazz? This is gonna be the day for today? Ay, man. Far out. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, in this position, you only have one plan and one move, or rather, a plan that is embodied by a particular move, and you either need to play it right now or next move. Chat, do you care to chime in? I'm gonna give you a hint. Your opponent is not playing proper chess. Therefore, we need to blast this shebang open now. Now. And banging a position open, as you have heard it on this stream infinite number of times, in chess means disappearance of pawns. That is the definition of opening positions. Pawns need to go. Trade or sack, doesn't matter. Preferably trade, because that means more pawns are gone. If you are not playing c5 in this position, or the dc, bc, c5, you're not playing this game. Unfortunately, putting the knight on e4, as much as it's a sound move, and in fact was played by Jazz, does not further our cause to open up the position. c5 does. And after the expected knight f3, you start trading pawns like mad, because they are behind in development and their pieces are inadequately placed to... Like, they can't even take back, for God's sake. White is playing like a pig. Now, that is an interesting expression I have never heard before. But, you know what? So be it. Pig chess. c5, knight b5, and then knight to d3. What? That's what you just said, Courtney. But knight b5 is not a problem. You just pull back. It's one move itis, and then you can kick it out. It makes things worse actually because the knight is no longer controlling e4. I mean, look, this is a sound positional plan, but this is not a way to exploit your opponent playing like an absolute bozo. Pig, sorry, playing like a pig. Again, I find this very lackluster. I would like to know what the plan is behind rook c8. White has played c4 like 5 years ago. What are you going on about? What's c4 is here? Nah, not really. No, I don't like c5. You know, quite ironically, I don't rule out g5 here as a possibility. What do you think? Am I losing the plot or is it sound? Neil, I will maybe have a chit-chatty stream about those questions, but I don't want to bore everyone to death by telling you my life story. And besides, I've never been a professional chess player. So, and yes, that is very, very hard. Because, well, I'm not saying it's... Let me rephrase this. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It's probably a move that your engine would approve, I guess. But overall, I dislike White's position, so that's why I'm talking the way I am. It's logical to try to play for this plan, but it allows me a little bit of freedom on the other wing. But I would, yeah, it's not bad. It's just, I dislike the whole shebang for White. I think is a better way. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't understand what you're doing, Jazz. Like, you play a5, but then you don't take on b4. Or you didn't want b6 for some reason, and then take and then play the b file? Like, you played a5 first, then b6, and then you took this. So that makes a5 a total waste of time, right? Like, what was the use of a5 if you don't take this before you take this? Now, I'm not saying you should take on b4, but then why did you bother playing a5? Like, it's just a waste of a move if now you play like, oh yeah, I have a b5 to work with. It's like, great. So what was exactly the point of playing a5 then? Absolute chaos. I don't know enough about you to tell me the answer. For someone who wants to learn a system opening and play it for the rest of their life and they don't mind getting bored to death, go for your life. If you would like to become the best chess player you could ever be, it's definitely not the right choice. No, Cody, it doesn't make any sense. In fact, that could have been played already here if you wanted to go to b8. But Jazz didn't do that because he had plans of playing here. But I don't understand a5 if we don't insert ab. This just makes no sense to me. Like, that was a waste of a move. In my book. Whoa. Isn't it f6 like almost automatically? To start building for e5 and also to secure the bishop? I'm sure that Homeless would either yell at me for being a noob or go like 100% f6 every day of the week. It just feels so natural. Blunts the bishop, prepares e5 more or less, secures the bishop. Yeah, I agree with that. Because you're not breaking them. It's like, that's why. Like, how does this break the pawns? I don't get that. Like, you take, they take back. What did you accomplish? You allowed them a h-file now to attack you alongside, but I don't understand why in your book this breaks pawns. It doesn't. Like, you are actually helping white by playing h5. I think it's a meaningless move. h5 would break the pawns if your opponent was compelled to either push or take. Then your point would be valid. But since neither is the case, nor can you put any more pressure on g4, in my opinion, this is a strategic blunder. Because it does nothing and it weakens you. So how is that an idea? I don't get that. And I also don't see how you read into this that it breaks the pawns when it clearly doesn't. I'm very confused. Yeah, like you opened up the h file for white now, yeah? Yeah, that's my point, that you gave them a playground to play with. Having said that, because they threw in knight d4, which was idiotic, you have now e5. But instead, white could have this knight here and the rook already on h1. Yeah? e5 good? Okay, I think I would play rook e8 in about 2 seconds. I don't like queen d7 for 2 reasons. One, because it seems to encourage queen h4, and I'm scared of getting mated. And 2, it might also encourage f6 on some days. Like, right now, if I'm black, and I'm looking at white doing dirty things to me, I would be mostly concerned about these two. Both of those are currently covered by the queen. Yeah, I know. I regretted it, Mr. Kelly, right away. So, rook e8, yeah? And that puts a lot of heat on too. We might still be dead here. Like, there's some filthy rook lift ideas here. But I really dislike queen d7. Are we forcing our opponent to checkmate us now? Is that what's happening? Yeah, you lost the plot here, buddy. I'm not a childhood friend of hers. I got to know her in my adult life. And we together created something spectacular, which is right there for you. Yes, ish. After that, it became strategically very challenging. I think you needed to play for g5 at your earliest convenience. As per stated by Homeless, you had no business playing chess here. It's here every day of the week. But here too, you made some strategic decisions that are just like, here not playing f6 in my opinion is a crime. And I'm not trying to sell you this like it would have been brilliant, but at least I have a coherent plan that seems to hurt white, as opposed to let's break the pawns. And I'm like, how? Like, what pawns? And here too, you are basically lining up for a slap in the face, and you very quickly progress to the very front of the queue. Yeah, I mean, boy. Oh, wow. Welcome to the X-ray motif. Oh, H8 hanging. Oh, but after queen takes... Wait, if take then... No. Is this winning? Oh, fuck. Okay, I need to stop streaming. Sorry. I can't count to 2. Yeah, X-ray motif wins the house. And instead of that, your opponent loses the game. Courtney, are you following me on... are you a member of my Discord community? Because there is a group lesson tab there, and I would be more than happy for you to start taking steps in helping me organizing those. Because I'm very good at running them. I'm very bad at finding people. Well, I think, my love, it's time that we change that game for the better of both of us. What do you say? Mi amore. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh! Really? Bishop b6. With 2 minutes 50 on the clock. Fuck. Courtney, I sent you a whisper. I'm trying to think if there is a single move other than bishop b6 that loses this game for black, and the only one I can think of is rook here. This is truly tragic. All you needed to do, buddy, was to sidestep this nonsense and you're winning. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not even freaking close, brother. Nuh-uh. And since I'm feeling generous, I will show you the winning plan too. You play d4, then you put the rook back here and you put it here, and that's all she wrote. It is tough, but it's not a draw. I don't want to ask the engine. I am the engine. I'm better than the engine because I have got life advice too. Not to mention dating, so screw the engine. Engine has no concept of life. Neil, I am a non-drinker, buddy, so yeah. I'm sorry to disappoint you, my friend, but nah, I can't drink with you while I share my utterly boring life story. All right, ladies and gentlemanos, I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna call it a day here. It was an absolute delight. I hope that I took care of every single one of you. Cody, did you send me 2 games to look at? Because we have already looked at one of the ones that you sent, so I was confused. I will put you in credit for the other one if I have. Tindy Smith Mora, I don't know what it is. Alright, before I go, I'm going to add good old Courtney. Shit, how do you find, guys, again, your Tingo, your Discord unique number? Fuck, I forgot how to do this. Oh, okay, I think I got it. No, I don't. Alright, I need to go off stream first. Radio, I'm gonna rate someone, and then I will talk to Courtney offline. Who are we rating? Who are we rating? Little Asian chat for sure. Who is this Eric Clive guy? Did we rate him the other day? Yes? No? Someone else? Wiggy? Who is Wiggy? Alright. Wiggy it is. Thanks all of you guys. Love you long. Oh wait, that's not good. No. Fuck it. Okay, I'll go and raid you to General Zod Chess. There we go. That definitely works. Take care, lovely humans. I will see you, I think, on Tuesday. Bye all.